Hey, welcome back to God of Good Woodworks. Today we are going to be replacing this drum sander here. It's about 18 months old. It is a Supermax 1632. That's a reference to the size. It's about 16 inches wide across here where the sanding drum is. On the sanding head, that's a cylinder that gets sandpaper wrapped around it for those of you who aren't into woodworking, and it's open on this end here, so you can put a 32-inch wide board in there and sand one half and then rotate it 180 degrees and send the opposite end in first and sand the other half. I've never done that. I tried it once and I didn't have great luck with it. I'm sure it was operator error, but the reason this is being exchanged by the manufacturer is because this cylinder, at least this is my diagnosis, there's a cylinder back here, a pneumatic cylinder right here that helps hold the weight of this sanding head up when the head is raised above this conveyor table here. So this gap back here has a capacity of 3 inches, and that's the maximum thickness board you can send through there, because that's as high as that board or as that sanding head will raise, and it can go down as thin as a 1/16 of an inch. You could sand stock that thin if you wanted to. So what happened, the reason that cylinder failed, and the manufacturer says that that's a known issue. They did not diagnose it to me. I spoke with them by phone and email. They did not say that it was a cylinder failure. That's my diagnosis. There is fluid that leaked out of that cylinder, and you can maybe see it down in there. Sawdust should not be wet. That obviously has some kind of oil in it. My presumption is that it came from that cylinder. I wanted a new cylinder, and Supermax said that's not a part in their system, so rather than send me a new cylinder, they want to give me a whole new machine. So today's agenda will be taking this machine off of the stand. Even though the new one I'm getting will come with a stand, I have to disassemble it to transport it. The casters do not come with a machine. That's $100 extra, so I have to take those off and leave them at home. I've already removed extension tables that go out here on the ends of the conveyor so that you can send longer stock through this machine. There's one on the front here and one on the back. They are sitting on my table saw right there. Those will get put back on the new machine when I get back here later today. And the manager of the dealer where I purchased this machine said that the new one is coming in a box with a stand. No in-feed, out-feed tables included, and no casters included. That's why those items are coming off and staying here at the house. And they will be installed on the new machine. I will have to assemble the new stand, and I will be taking the box that the new machine comes in, the empty box, back to that retailer when I am in that area again, so they can ship the original machine. This machine you see here will be shipped back to Laguna, is the corporate. It's in Texas, and the brand of this tool, as I said earlier, is Supermax. I really picked this brand because they have a feature that none of their competition has, and that is, if you look at this label here, for adjustments for height, to raise the sanding head up and down, to set your thickness, you turn this crank, and to go from fully extended 3 inches above the conveyor to a really thin setting closer to the conveyor, that would be many turns of this handle. Or to do the opposite, to go from a setting very thin with the head, sanding head close to the conveyor, to a thick setting, would be many cranks of this handle in the opposite direction. to lower the head, the sanding head. You can see this arrow right here. You turn this thing this way. To raise it, you turn it this way. If you wanted to make a fast adjustment of a couple of inches, rather than wear out your arm turning this handle, you can set this little rotary knob handle right here to this position here. As you can see, they show you with this icon that that is a quick adjustment setting. Once this is in this position, you come over here to this handle and you can raise and lower that head quickly. That's down, that's up. I am getting zero assistance going up from this cylinder back here. That's all. Raising that with that handle is a lot harder with a failed cylinder than it would be on a machine with a functional cylinder. So all of that weight of this motor, electric motor, and all of this out here, that was me fighting gravity with one hand. Not the end of the world. It did not make the machine unusable, but it is a nice feature to have that none of the competition has, and that did sway my decision in picking a brand. So today we'll be replacing this machine. The dealer, Johnson's Workbench in South Bend, Indiana, went far above and beyond any responsibility they would have had, because my warranty is with the manufacturer, not with Johnson's Workbench. But originally I was having trouble getting satisfaction from Laguna over what they were going to do to address their warranty, and so I contacted the dealer, and with no responsibility to do so, they stepped in and worked with their Laguna rep, and this is the solution that they came to, is that they would replace the machine. So lesson learned for me, nowhere in the manual does it say not to leave this handle in the quick adjust setting when you're done making your adjustment. There's no warning of that nature anywhere in the literature that comes with the machine. The day the cylinder failed, I had the head elevated pretty high, like it is right now, a big gap down there, and had just used the machine, stepped away to do something else on the table saw, and the garage was quiet, no tools were running, and suddenly that sanding head dropped on its own, and that would be the day that that cylinder failed. I didn't know what happened initially, but I was able to diagnose it pretty quickly when I saw fluid running down this leg below the cylinder. I've since wiped it off because I'm taking this back. I didn't want to take a dirty machine into the store, but so that's the scoop. No leaving this thing in the quick adjust setting with the head elevated. I won't be doing that. And then I will also most likely be looking for maybe a replacement cylinder to have on hand, an aftermarket, something from Amazon or another online source, maybe one with a heavier weight rating but the same physical size. These cylinders are not something I have messed with very much in the past, so kind of going outside my realm of experience and expertise there. But so that's what's going on today, and after we get this machine, the new one, back to the shop and get it assembled and dialed in, all the settings right, the plan is to start a woodworking project today, building quantity 2 of the same thing, which will be a woodworker's mallet. It is a functional mallet, but it's also a decorative piece. In the woodworking I have done thus far, I've not had a need for a mallet. I don't build these mallets for myself. This will be the second and third that we've built, and they are generally going to be gifts for people. They can be, we built a hanger, a wall hanger, wall mount for the first one, and these mallets can be displayed on the wall. They will get a commemorative coin of some type embedded in the head of the mallet on each side, and we may post a video of that build or of the finished product a little later on. Thanks for tuning in. Appreciate your interest, and we'll catch you next time. Thank you.